G'day and welcome back to Derriere Farms. Today we are doing a very quick viewer requested or subscriber requested video on how to make hay. I have no problems whatsoever making videos if you do not know how to do something, because if you don't know how to do it, chances are other people don't know how to do it. So anyway, poor chap had everything ready to go to make TMR for his cows, but the mixer would not take the bale. So I guess in frustration, I got a message saying, what am I doing wrong here? Only thing I could think of after a little bit of back and forth was the bale was grass and not hay. He was missing a step. He'd figured out silage, no problem. But he was missing a step with grass, or with hay. So, here goes. First thing you need is a mower, same as you do with silage. Doesn't have to be a fancy setup like this one. In fact, the one I recommend for everyone for a mower setup, if you really start and you're just starting out, is this one and this one, the front and the back. It requires maybe 170 horsepower, which all of your starting tractors will have. Don't worry about whether it can create a swath or not. You're going to have to create the windrow later anyway, so I'm going to turn off swath dropping. Put it to wide spreading, and away we go. Next up, if I can find the correct tractor, we need to get the tedder. And this, I think, is the key that was tripping people up, is the fact that you have to ted the grass. Basically, when you mow grass, it dries on the surface, but stays wet underneath. So a tedder basically flips that up and over, so the wet side gets flipped around and gets dried in the sun. And again, you don't need a fancy tedder like this one. In fact, I'm probably going to have I don't know why I have such a big one. So there we go. We've got a much more reasonably sized tedder to work with. Just lower it down, turn it on, and start going. And you will see the texture change. Notice how it's gone from the dark green to the light green. That means it is now hay. I wish it was quite that simple in real life, but it's not. Let me get out here. I don't need such a big tractor. I'm going to get a smaller windrower, because the windrower doesn't need to be anything fancy either. I'm partial to this one myself for starting out farms, and you can work up to the bigger ones later on as you need them, depending on how big your fields are. See, this one doesn't require a high horsepower tractor, and it's 9 meters wide. Same width as the tedder. So we'll go ahead and we'll buy that. I'll hook it up. And then we'll start windrowing. Same principle as a tedder once you've got lined up. You may or may not already know how to windrow, depends on which type of mower you're using. But you just line it up and away you go. And it creates a nice swath ready for us to come along with and bale. And I was a little bit off. I should have gone to the right a little bit. I'm missing little pieces, but that doesn't matter. Anyway, you can let that go back and forth, up and down, and it'll do its thing. Do we have a smaller tractor? Yeah, we'll use this one. Now, if you have animals and you want to be able to do a combination of hay and silage, I don't recommend this baler as a starting baler. I would recommend going with something like the Class here. This one doesn't do anything. It doesn't have a wrapper on it. But I believe the Class does. Yep, the Class has a wrapper on it. So you can either make medium-size hay bales or medium-size silage bales. Don't worry if you've already gone ahead and tedded your field and you try and make silage, it's not going to let you. You can only make silage with grass. And you can see how the icon, I don't know if you were paying attention, went from a dark green to a light green. And I think that's where Giants, I won't say made a mistake, but I can see where the confusion is for some people, where the difference between a grass and a hay bale is, because the color is very, very close. Now, I don't know why I'm making 150 centimeter bales with this mower or baler. It must have reset. But I am, and I'll just live with it. So I'm just going to stop right here, and I'm going to turn on super strength. And head back to the farm. Normally you would need a bale trailer for this, but there is your hay bale, and here is your grass bale. They look almost identical, and I can totally understand where the confusion comes in, but the slightly lighter green is hay. And actually, if you hover over it, it should tell you hay. And hay is what is accepted by the total mixed ration mixer. It will not, I stress again, take grass. Now, if you haven't watched the silage video and you want to make silage, I will very quickly tell you all you need to do once you've baled the field, like we have been doing here, is you just need to buy a bale wrapper All of these will take, well, this one will take round bales only, up to 150 centimeters in size. This one will do round and square. And these fancy beasts here will do maximum size. This is what I use on my main farm because I do a lot of hay and silage. Because I got 400 cows. Okay, I hope that answers your questions. Or answers a specific viewer question. Like I said, if you guys have questions, drop me a line, leave me a comment. Don't be afraid to say, how do I do something? Like I said, if you don't know how to do it, there's a good chance someone else doesn't know how to do it. Thanks for watching.